Hello, everyone. Um, yeah, I'm just out and about. I'm at the gaming arena with my son, and so yeah, we decided. Well, he's right next to me, playing on his console. What game are you playing? Oi, what game are you playing? What's it? What did you say? Hi? Say that again? No, I don't catch that. Sorry, sorry. What did you say? Splunky. Splunky 2. Okay, I've never heard of that one before. Splunky 2. Right. Got no clue. Hey, Danny. Hey, good to see you. Danny, can you hear me okay? Please let me know if you can hear me. So I'm out and about, so you'll not be able to. The computers at the gaming arena don't have any cameras. So yeah, my son's on his he's playing a game called Splunky 2. I've never heard of that one before. Hey Danny, how you getting on this fine Sunday? Oh goodness, sorry, the noise is going to be a bit yeah, it's out. You can hear me just fine. Hey, thank you. Hear me? Okay, Splatoon. Did you say Splatoon? Huh? Is the game called Splatoon? No. You said Splunky. Yeah, but please stop talking like this. All right, I apologize. Splunky. Apparently, the game is called Splunky, but he doesn't want me talking about his game, so going to respect his privacy and not talk about his game. Happy 4:14 p.m. from here. Jude, where are you? Jude Tochuku, where are you? 4:14. Ah, it's just past 12 here. So where could you possibly be? Where could you possibly be? Hmm. Sorry guys, there's no camera on this particular laptop. Sorry, computers. We're at the gaming arena. So, gosh, Tochuku, whose picture is that you've got on your profile? Oh my, those children look very emancipated. Hmm. You're in Dubai. All right. I think you've told me that before. It's been a while. It's been a while, Jude. How have you been though? I remember the last time you joined us in conversation. But how have you been? Right, let's see here. It's 7:15 a.m. Danny, where are you, Danny? What part of the world are you in? That's the interesting part about the internet. You can just connect with anyone from anywhere. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can connect with anybody from anywhere. It's lovely, yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's do this. Let's go Bible Gateway. Let's read the full chapter. Okay, so because today is Bible study. Oh yeah, you have told me before. You have told me before. Yes, I'm so sorry. I didn't remember that Jamaica. Oh, I would love to visit Jamaica. I would love to visit Jamaica. I would love to visit. Okay, so guys, let's go and have a look at. Let's go and have a look at. Let's do some little Bible study today, right? I love doing Bible studies, and today the story is of Onan, right? Onan. Let's see here. Okay. Um, this is Genesis 38, right? It says, at that time, Judah left his brothers and went down to stay with a man of Adullam named Hira. There Judah met the daughter of um, a Canaanite man named Shua. He married her and made love to her. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son, who was named She conceived again and gave birth to, you know, I don't know why, for a book that is supposed to be the book of all books, they only concern themselves with who is sleeping with who is marrying who is birthing who, right? It is, why would a book that is supposed to be God's word have things like he married her, he made love to her, she became pregnant, gave birth to a son, they named him she conceived again and gave birth to his. Come on now, it's like you're writing to children. I it's like writing to children. Hey Mojo, good morning, Mojo. Look at the trees. Therefore, God. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just looking at the story of Onan, right? Let's see if we can do this a bit bigger. Story of Onan in the Bible. Let's see. So this we're not going to be long here because I'm out and about with my son in the gaming arena. He's playing a game. I've never heard of the game before. Um, just give me 1 second. Let me find out what game. Sorry to bother you, Mister. What's the name of the game again? I know. I apologize. What's the name of the game? Splunky. Splunky 2. Is it a PC game? Console and PC. Okay, Splunky. You all heard of Splunky? I have never heard of it before. Splunky. Okay, so let's go back to that story. She conceived again. Verse 4 now. She conceived again and gave birth to his son and named him Onan. Right? So far, so good. The story is not too bad. Right? We've got little claims. This person had sex with this person, made love to this person, and gave birth to this person. You know, this is the thing that I have a problem with Bible stories, right? The people who believe in this book tell you that you need context. That's what they would tell you, right? They will tell you that you need context to understand these claims. But when you go and look at the stories, they're so vague. Here you have two people, they don't tell you anything about those two people. They don't even give you a little insight on what was going on in those days, what the scenario was, what was happening around these people, what were the circumstances they were faced with. Give you a little picture of what's going on. They just say this person gave birth to this person and that person gave birth to that person, and here we go, we now have Onan, right? It's just, I once believed this book. uh, anyway, verse 5. She gave birth to still another. Why couldn't the story just tell us that? Okay, hang on a second. Let me see. Uh, Okay, the story starts off like this. At that time, Joshua left his brothers and went down to stay with a man of Adullam named Hira. There, Judah met the daughter of a Canaanite man named Shua. Just keep it for me. She conceived again and gave birth to his son named and gave birth to his son and named him Onan. Okay, no, she became pregnant and gave birth to his son, who was named She conceived again and gave birth to his son and named him Onan. She gave birth to still another son and named him Sheila. Hang on a second. Do you guys realize that we're not even told what her name is? So this woman who is birthing all these sons, no name for her at all. This is crazy. I've never really no name for this particular person who has managed to birth this uh, uh, sons, right? We don't, nobody cares to even name her. Oh, anyway, so let's see. Verse 5. She gave birth to still another son and named him Sheila. It was at Kizi that she gave birth to. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? She gave birth to to still another son. Why couldn't the story just say she gave birth to three sons? What is this? It was at Kizi that she gave birth to him. Who cares? Kizib, Jericho, Canaan. What is this? What? Okay, verse 6. Judah got a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. Finally, they named a woman. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the Lord's sight. So the Lord put him, look at this. He was wicked in the Lord's sight, and the Lord put him to death. Hang on. What did he do that was wicked? What did he do to God that was wicked? That would make God just kill him for. Come on now. God doesn't like, he just puts you to death, just like that. Guys, when I was a Christian, I used to hate reading about God in the Old Testament. I used to hate reading about him because he used to terrify me. Hey, what the bag, what the bag, what the bag, what the bag, hey, hey, what the bag, what the bag, what the bag, what the bag, hey, 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 hey. Uh, can you guys hear me? Hang on. You guys hear me okay? Hmm. Please let me know if you can hear me. How you all doing? Mojo, how you doing today, Mojo? Look at the trees. How you doing? What the bag? What the bag? What the bag? What the bag? Hey, what the bag? Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so let's go back to this story here, right? So the whole idea of I would like to do Bible studies, right? But looking at these stories without those lenses of indoctrination to see whether you can make sense of these stories. And if any of you would like to join in, if you would like me to come on your channel, we can dissect. I can come on your channel, you can come over here. Let's do this together. Let's deconstruct this thing called the Bible. Let's look. I think we're at the stage now where we need to look at the claims of the Bible and just, if possible, if it means making a mockery of it, because we now see that these stories, there's nothing divine about these stories. Absolutely nothing divine. These are stories put together by people like you and me. Fiction. Just people putting some, oh, we think this, oh, here, that's it. Okay, let me go back to the story. So Judah, verse 6, got a wife for and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn was wicked in the Lord's sight, so he put him to death. Okay? They don't tell us what he did. He was just wicked, and the Lord put him to death. Somehow, this same God is loving. This same God allows you to have free will. This same one. But here we are reading about a God who considers somebody wicked and just puts him to death. Hmm. Then Judah, now this is where it starts to get problematic. Then Judah said to Onan, sleep with your brother's wife and fulfill your duty to her as a brother-in-law. So it looks like this was a culture thing. It looks like this was something that was practiced, because you don't just go telling somebody go sleep with your brother's wife, the one who was considered wicked, that God put to death. Just go and sleep with uh, his wife, right? So sleep with your brother's wife and fulfill your duty to her as brother-in-law to raise up offspring for your brother. Okay, guys, if Onan sleeps with this woman, how is that offspring of the dead brother? How is that the offspring of the dead brother? It, it's not even possible, is it? You hear me just fine. Couldn't sleep. Was just about to go back to bed. Oh, see if you can go back to bed, okay? See if you can go back to bed. I know what that's like on a Sunday morning, but for me, I've had to get out of bed because the little one is right beside me here. He um he wanted to come out, so we're at the gaming arena, and he's busy playing a game right next to me. And the computers here in the gaming arena don't have webcams, hence why I can't be on camera. Yeah, just try and get you some sleep, okay? You need your beauty sleep. What the beck? Beck. Hey, what the beck? I don't know. Every time I think of you, I just want to get into a song and dance. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So now we want him to sleep with his brother's wife so that he can bring offsprings for his dead brother, even though the brother is dead. Dead. But let's bring offspring. Okay, all right. Bible logic. Uh, okay, verse 9. Okay, but Onan knew that the child would not be his. Hang on. Onan knew that the child. What does this mean? This is all twisted. It will be Onan's baby, right? So how is Onan thinking that the baby is not his? It will, if Onan is the one having sex with this woman, Tamar, it would be his seed, right? That would be his baby. So what does it mean when it says Onan knew that anyway, I don't know what that means. But Onan knew that the child would not be his. So whenever he slept with his brother's wife, he spilled his semen on the ground to keep from providing offspring for his brother. How is he providing offspring for his brother? Somebody make it make sense, please. Wait, why? So he spilled the semen on the ground. So he doesn't provide offspring. Okay? So far, so good. Fine. He can do whatever he wants. What he did was wicked in the Lord's sight. So the Lord put him to death also. Okay. What did he do? All right, guys, over to you all. Ian Davenport, hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much for the bag. Thank you, guys. Please help me. What did what did the story doesn't make any sense? You see, what did Onan? What was the wickedness here? Please think about this, right, guys? I need you to think about this. You have a sibling who's married. Just imagine you're a man. You have a sibling who is married. And then after your sibling passes away because they say he was wicked and God killed him. Now they tell you that you must sleep with the wife of that sibling. The chances are you loved your sibling dearly. You loved them dearly. And they loved their wife, right? Your sibling loved their wife, and now they're no longer here. Let me ask you all, how easy would it be to have sexual attractions with your dead brother's wife? How easy is that? Unless it's me who just doesn't understand. Is it an easy thing to do? Hmm? Is it an easy thing to do to just, well, this is absolutely just crazy. Hmm? Absolutely crazy. So now God just kills him. Wait, but what I don't understand, God did not give him any instructions at all. It was Judah who gave the instructions. So why is God killing him? Hmm. Oh well, guys, when I tell you that the Bible doesn't make any sense at all, just absolutely crazy, 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 crazy. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Mm-mm-mm. Guys, did you know that the the real Noah's Ark has been found? Did you guys know that? The Noah's. Give me 1 second. Let's share this one instead. Okay. Apparently, Noah's Ark has been found. Hmm, let's see. Might be too fast, but you'll be alright.
On June 20th, 1987, in the mountains of Ararat, Turkey officially recognized the discovery of Noah's Ark. Located on a mountainside about 15 miles south of the volcanic Mount Ararat, the remains of the massive ship were dedicated during a special ceremony. Guest of honor was Ron Wyatt due to his 10 years of research at the site. The story began in 1957 during the Cold War when aerial photos taken of eastern Turkey while searching for Soviet missile bases revealed a strange boat-shaped formation in the mountains about 6,300 feet above sea level. Life magazine reported on the story after an expedition from the United States went to the site in 1960. Blowing holes in the strange formation, the members of the team came away with the conclusion that there was nothing there of any archaeological interest. Ron Wyatt, like many others, read the story, but he was of the opinion that the site needed further exploration. There had been many claims of seeing Noah's Ark on the volcanic Mount Ararat, but Ron knew that it was a stratovolcano, and he believed that nothing would have been able to survive there. He noted the biblical account of the location of the ark. And the ark rested in the seventh month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. Urartu, the biblical Ararat, was a large region in eastern Turkey. This location was certainly feasible.
Listen, I respect archaeologists. I do. I respect archaeologists. I respect professionals of all kinds. But for you to read the contents of a book and decide I'm going to go looking for this thing that the Bible is describing, we're going to we need to we need to make it come true. We need people to believe that it is true. So we're going to go looking. You okay? You're good. My son just said, but the Noah's Ark doesn't exist. He knows. Huh? So because a book says uh, a boat existed, so now we're going to go looking for this boat. They went there, they didn't see anything, but the archaeologists said, no, 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 let's keep digging. Let's keep, because we must bring to pass this our belief. We must bring it to pass at all cost. Hmm.
But the factor that captured his interest the most was the length given in the Life magazine story, 500 feet. Most people were looking for a 437-foot Noah's Ark based on the Hebrew cubit. But Ron again went to the Bible to learn more.
We
And
went to
Moses
the
was
Bible
learned in
to
all the
learn more.
wisdom of the Egyptians. Moses was the author of the Genesis account of the flood. He would have known the cubit of the Egyptians. The Hebrew cubit didn't come into existence until there was a Hebrew nation after Moses' death. The Encyclopedia Britannica stated, the Egyptian cubit is generally recognized as having been the most ubiquitous or universal standard of linear measurement in the very ancient world. The royal cubit equals 20.62 inches. This would mean Noah's Ark was much longer than 437 feet. 17 years after the Life magazine article, Ron finally made the journey to Turkey. When he saw the boat shaped object, he saw that it looked just like it did in 1960, and he knew he would need permission to excavate in order to learn anything about what was beneath the surface. So he returned
Okay.
home and enlisted a number of friends to help him pray for an earthquake to reveal more. In late
Hang
1978,
on,
he learned of an earthquake in eastern Turkey.
hang on. He went back home to enlist his friend to pray for an earthquake, and an earthquake happened. Why? What is, guys? They're praying for earthquakes to try and prove something, to try and prove that Noah's Ark is real and has been found. What?
He returned in August of 1979. When he arrived, he was overwhelmed by what he saw. The earthquake had dropped the soil around the object, and a large crack extended the entire length. He could see what looked to him like the remains of decayed rib timbers along the now exposed sides.
Sorry about that, guys. On the right side of us, there's a party. It's a lovely place, a gaming arena. What I will do, I'll take some pictures when I'm done and post it on my community tab. You can have parties here. Mm, everyone gets a computer. You can play on either the PS5 or the Xbox or PC. Yeah, it's a lovely little place. My son also had his birthday party here last July. Yeah, he wanted to have his party here. This is really good. So sorry about the birthday song in the back.
Also, he was able to measure the depth of the debris and measure the length. It was
Mistake.
515 feet, or exactly 300 Royal Egyptian cubits. He was now convinced.
Convinced of what?
He carefully combed the surface, looking for evidence that it was a shipwreck. He saw what he believed were petrified structures of an ancient ship whose deck had collapsed. He saw what looked like deck joists and deck support timbers. Of particular interest was the fact that the ship appeared to be impaled on a large outcropping of limestone. He concluded that this indicated that the ship had slid into the rock from another location. Before he made his first trip to Turkey, he had done an experiment in a nearby lake, building mountain configurations out of rocks and floating a boat model by them to see the reaction of the boat. He noted that a crescent shape caused the water to pull the boat into the crescent, where the boat remained and gently floated. The present location did not fit with the results of that experiment, so Ron decided to examine the area above the boat shape. The site was in a moving mud flow, so he followed the mud flow up the mountainside. About a mile and a half up, he found a crescent shape of mountains. He saw that the mud flow began up here. When he arrived near the top of the ridge, he found an ancient stele, like an ancient billboard, which depicted the boat shape, the familiar mountain ridge, several birds, and 8 faces within the boat shape.
Hmm?
Clearly, this was a reference to the ship of Noah and its 8 survivors.
Really?
He noticed a taller mountain peak on the stele that was no longer visible from that location. He concluded that it was a small volcano that had erupted long after Noah's Ark had landed, and that it had carried the ship down the mountainside about a mile, where it was impaled on a limestone outcropping, then covered in lava. The lava then encased the ship like a time capsule. The volcano then collapsed after expending its lava and was no longer visible. He then theorized that as the lava began to decay, water seeped in and allowed the remains to be petrified or fossilized by the process called mineral replacement. Molecule by molecule would be washed away from the remains and replaced by molecules from the objects and substances above it. As he examined the area within the crescent shape, he found a large section, 120 by 40 feet, approximately, of what appeared to be fossilized wood in the ground. He
Really?
believed this to be the bottom of the ship, the original landing site. His conclusion was that when the floodwaters subsided, the ark sank into the muddy earth. This held the ship upright. Then God sent the wind to dry the face of the earth. The portion of the ship that sank into the mud was now firmly embedded in the ground. Many years later, when the lava carried the ship down the mountain, the main body of the ship was ripped loose. Only this section remained in the original location. Around this area that Ron believed to be embedded.
Guys, all of this to try and prove a point from the Bible. All of this. They prayed for an earthquake, and now the boat apparently was buried in the rocks. The lava from the earthquake coming out, right, has now transported the boat back to back to ground zero, because the boat is up all the way up on the top there, on the top of the volcano. All of these things. Can you imagine how some people go and waste their life just to try? Guys, like I said, I appreciate what archaeologists do. We learn about the past. They have been so helpful in helping us figure out how people live their lives and all of that. But when you start off biased in your work, you're always trying to prove yourself right. Even when you are completely wrong, you are trying to prove yourself right. You're trying to prove the beliefs of your book right when it is not even right at all. There's no truth to it. Wow.
Petrified wood, he found specimens of rock which looked very unique to him. He took several samples, along with several specimens from the boat shape below. Back home, he sent them for analysis. The results showed organic carbon, which indicated that the samples were consistent with decayed and fossilized wood. They also contained metals such as iron and aluminum.
Okay,
The
so
analysis of the strange looking rock Ron had found about a mile and a half above the site by the bottom of the ship was clearly the most exciting. His initial analysis had shown it to be metals and not rock. In 1984, Ron met and became friends with Colonel Jim Irwin, the former astronaut. Colonel Irwin was searching for Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat, but he was very gracious and was interested in seeing the boat shaped site. Ron had brought a metal detector to the site to see if there was a pattern of metal readings. In the presence of Colonel Irwin and others on his team, Ron employed the detectors. He found distinct metal lines down the entire length of the object, while no metal readings were obtained just outside of it. Ron asked Colonel Irwin, who had impressive scientific community connections, if he could have the strange specimen tested. Colonel Irwin sent the specimen
specimen.
to Los Alamos National Labs, where geophysicist John Baumgartner performed the analysis. The results of that analysis captured Dr. Baumgartner's interest. The specimen contained manganese, also titanium and aluminum, among others, and these were not in the form found in nature. Due to the sophistication of the metals, he questioned whether a missile had crashed on the mountainside and Ron had found the remains. The exciting evidences of the metal lines and the analysis of the specimens brought two new researchers into the work, Dr. Baumgartner and David Fassel, the marine salvage expert who knew all about ships and their construction. They both joined the team.
Oh, look at that. Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me get close to that.
Guys, they're looking for a boat.
Yeah, just to point at those little flakes of iron that are coming out, like right there.
They're looking for a boat. Look at this.
That's a strong reading.
What would you say? Tell us.
Keep watching.
Oh
You want a
God.
measuring tape to measure these things, how far apart they are?
These are grown men, people's fathers, trying to prove their book right.
I take the liberty here to ask you, do you really honestly believe that you have been on the remains of Noah's Ark?
I have no doubt in my mind. This has to be a man-made structure. It's full of metal. The metal has a regular pattern to it. The size of the thing, the shape of the thing is such that it's almost certainly a large boat.
Dr.
Looks like,
Baumgartner
if it looks
and
like
Ron
a duck,
scanned the entire site with 3
talks
different
like a
types of
duck,
metal detectors.
quacks like a
Placing
duck,
marks at each
it
metal
is a
reading,
duck.
they then attached tapes to show the lines.
If it looks like a boat, no, or there was nothing to look at, so they couldn't have seen a boat. But if it looks like, are you logged out? Okay. If it looks like something that's in that, if it's, oh no, it doesn't look like anything in the book. Just, this is just making things up. They said the real Noah's Ark found. The real one, not the fake one, huh? The real one has been found. But here, there's not even a single sample of the book. What we're finding are just little signs and little imprints on the ground. Look at this. Look at the yellow. What are this? Let me tell you, these people,
This
so
exciting evidence
deceptive.
also
Look
attracted the
at this.
interest of ABC's 2020.
The boat-shaped site was first found and photographed by a Turkish army captain back in 1959. It was quickly explored and dismissed as a freak of nature. But Wyatt, an amateur archaeologist, rekindled interest in it a few years ago. He brought in Dave Fassel, a marine salvage expert, to assess it. The Doomsday Mountain team brought in some high technology to explore the oldest legend of man. They began scanning their site with a molecular frequency generator. It's a device used by surgeons to pinpoint cancer tumors, and it's been used by Fassel to locate underwater treasure. This time, the molecular frequency generator began to pick up a unique pattern of iron lines beneath the earth.
Okay, bring that one up.
They began placing ribbons along those lines. The finished shape, outlined by the ribbons, was that of a huge ship, the approximate length and width of Noah's Ark, as described in the Bible. The fascinating field of ribbons soon attracted higher academic interest.
That looks like iron.
Dr. John Baumgartner, a physicist with Los Alamos Laboratories, sent samples back to the lab for analysis and confirmed.
Guys, can you see here? They said they have found the real Noah's Ark, but there is no ark. There is no ark. There is none. What they have are imprints on the ground that they presume must have come from the. Why are these people being so deceptive like this? This is just being deceptive. There is no ark. There's nothing.
Confirmed that the metal they were tracing with the ribbons was indeed iron. With the width and the length known, the only remaining question was depth. By locating the depth of the hull, they could determine if the boat-shaped object had the cargo capacity described in the biblical ark. To resolve this final issue, Wyatt and Fassel brought geologist Tom Finner to Turkey with his company's heavy-duty subsurface radar equipment. Gear like this located the black box cockpit recorder on the floor of the frozen Potomac River after the Air Florida crash. It was here, several miles short of the boat-shaped site, that a waiting game began for Finner and the others. The party needed a final go-ahead from the Turkish government to complete their probe of Doomsday Mountain. The restrictions of martial law left the American explorers isolated from the outside world. Not even a telephone.
Anyway, we're going to hang in like smell on a skunk till nothing left. Get this done.
Hanging like the smell on the skunk. The Turkish government stopped the exploration. What now?
Since we were there, Barbara, things have cooled down, and they've sent their own team of scientists in to take a look at the site. It's a very fascinating location.
While Turkish scientists and archaeologists did their own research, Ron and his associates continued their work. The next step was subsurface interface radar.
There's the longitudinal bulkhead. You are seeing popping out.
Yep, there they are.
Here,
Yep.
another one.
Mm-mm.
There's the key line right there.
Yep.
All right, the lines are there. The lines are there.
What
You're going to
lines?
walk over. Take a look.
Leave it alone so everybody knows that we're not cheating here, right?
What
You got it.
Okay.
lines?
Now, This is the west bulkhead. Okay, can you look through there?
All right.
This is the west bulkhead.
All right.
That was over there. And he walked easterly. Here we start getting a longitudinal bulkheads. Here, 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 here.
Okay.
Guys, you know you all keep saying, "Oh, you want evidence, evidence, evidence." Look at some evidence. Look at this. They're so excited to show us. Please, does anybody know what are we looking at here? Does anybody know what this is? Does anybody have an idea what this is? Huh? Somebody, please. Okay, Mystique says, if that's a volcano, would that not be iron ore from a lava? Also, is this in the region of the Mediterranean Sea? Because that's the only thought that would have made. Listen, Mystique, I wouldn't know the answer to that. I don't know where exactly these people are. They said it in the beginning, but I wasn't taking any notes. Mystique, they prayed for an earthquake. These people that you're seeing here prayed for an earthquake. To I don't know why they were praying for the earthquake. They just wanted something to happen so they can go looking, and then there was an earthquake. Oh yes, so that listen, makes no sense. But here they are. After the earthquake, they brought all these machines, all of this, just to try and prove that their book is real. That's it. See? That their book is my. Mm-mm. They think they found scapegoats. They 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 think okay, they think they, as far as they're concerned, they found it, and they didn't just find any. They found the real one, the real one. They found it. Hmm? Now the original story is a basket, not an ark. It's the story of Utnapishtim, not Noah. It's okay, all right. You know, all of that don't make any sense to me, right? I do not understand what that means. Not an art, it's a story. Okay, all right. Ish. It's from the Sumerian city states, not Israel. Okay. Ah. So if they find the ark or a boat or a ship, that's not a basket. That's not the original story. Okay. Uh, okay. Right. Okay. Let's go and see what these people are looking at. Maybe to make
See how it
sense.
shows up?
All right.
The initial scans were very impressive, showing internal structure consistent with bulkheads and rooms. But to be sure they were interpreting the data correctly, Ron took the scan printouts to Geophysical Survey Systems, the developer and manufacturer of the radar.
This data does not represent natural geology. It's a man-made structure. These reflections are occurring very periodic, too periodic to be random natural type.
There was no longer any doubt that this was the remains of something man-made. In late 1986, the Turks announced their decision. The ceremony was set for June 1987. During that ceremony, the governor asked Ron to demonstrate the radar on site for the journalists and military officials. When Ron showed them a readout that he said looked like an intact timber, the governor then instructed a soldier to dig right there. What emerged was this vitrified section of fossilized hand-wrought timber. Sectioning showed it to be laminated wood, 5 layers of timber glued together with pitch, clearly visible oozing from the end. This fossilized specimen shows that rivets were used in its construction. Their analysis showed that they contained iron, titanium, and aluminum, among other things, very sophisticated alloys that would be resistant to water. Specimens falling out from the lower end of the ship, identified as slag by an expert in metallurgy, indicated to Ron that Noah filled the hull with slag material from his metal production for the fittings used to build the ark. More complete radar scans revealed a ship, although damaged and collapsed in places, of very intelligent, modern design with a ramp system at the door which led to each level. In 1990, Ron performed what he called a mini excavation, where he took shovels and bent the blades into a giant razor. He and his associates then shaved off a very thin layer from one section, smoothing it to show the color difference between the structure members and the matrix.
Hmm. Does any of that make sense to you guys? To me, it doesn't make any sense.
By faith, Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith.
Mm-mm-mm.
For as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
Oh, guys, look at that. Look at the shape of that thing there, right? Look at the shape of this thing here. So it looks like that's what they think,
For as in the days
right? So look at that shape. Now, imagine that all the animals fit into this structure right here. Look at the humans that are there. There's three of them, right? Now think of the lions, the pigs, the elephants. Just think, just just think, right? Page.
before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be.
Well, for me, if you find the ark or anything that looks like the ark, congratulations. What you have managed to do is to provide evidence for God's wickedness. That he was so insecure in himself of Adam and Eve eating a fruit that somehow bothered him so much, right? The story of God regretting making humans. Congratulations, you have proven that God is an evil monster. If that story is true, if we are able to find that piece that truly demonstrates that the contents of the Bible are true, no, I will not be quick to start jumping up and down and praising God. I will be crying. I will be crying. Let's see. So they can have all the boats and ships and ark they want. It's not going to change the fact that the oldest story is that of Solomon, not Noah. Ah, surprise. These myths are beautiful. They said these are myths. Okay, nice. I mean, that I can find. I can believe that they are myths. But to believe that this story is true, hmm, it raises a lot of questions. It means that we will have to look at the God that you believe in, and his uh, his reputation would be under scrutiny. We will have to have a look at that person who does a thing like that. Mm-mm-mm. Bringing a lion on the ark. Let's see if we can find let's see if we can find. Um, oh, 6 days ago. Oh,
10 minutes ago, the Ark of the Covenant has been found. Knowing
Oh,
exactly where the Ark of the Covenant was located in the temple King Solomon built in Jerusalem almost 3,000 years ago is one of the major puzzles for both biblical scholars and believers. The most sacred items from the Bible have been lost for years, and people have searched in vain to find them.
what
The
are they?
renowned Ark of the Covenant is one of
What's
these
a,
sacred artifacts that is high in demand. The elaborate gilded case that
what are these people looking for? The things in the Bible that have been lost. What do you need them for? What exactly why would you go and be looking for things that belong in the past? What are you trying to prove? They want to prove desperately that our Bible must be true when it just makes no sense. Guys, can you imagine that some people spend their lives looking for things that have been lost when you can be using your life to do something worthwhile, building something for the future generations, the ones coming in front of you? Leave something behind that they would, oh, my ancestor did this. No, no, no. We want to go and look for things that have been lost in the past. Ah, gosh.
the Israelites are claimed to have constructed around 3,000 years ago to store the stone tablets on which the Ten Commandments were written is this fabled relic. The Ark is described in biblical text as being substantial, around the size of a 19th century seaman's chest, constructed of gold plated.
The Ark of Covenant. Guys, you all realize that this was God's location back in those days. This was where God was. Okay, let me see if I can describe this properly. The Ark of Covenant was where God would reside. They would take this box about with them. Only a special set of people could handle this thing, this Ark of Covenant. Only a special set of people, not just anybody, because they're carrying the presence of God. There's a story of a young man who tried to, this box was about to drop, and he went to go and give a hand. God did not like it because he was not one of the special people to to handle the ark, and so for that reason, God just killed him. He was trying to help God, but God killed him there and there. So this was God's habitation back in those days. But Jesus' death completely cancelled this box. So if Jesus' death cancelled this box, why are they busy looking for it? Why?
Wood and topped with two substantial golden angels,
Why are they looking
both
for
of which
this
had
thing?
rings on its side to carry it. Several miracles from the Old Testament are connected to the ark. It is claimed that during the Exodus, it removed obstacles and dangerous animals off the Israelites' route. The Bible claims that the minute the ark bearers stepped foot in the Jordan River as they entered the Promised Land, the river stopped flowing. Many people also think that during the Israelite siege of Jericho, the ark was carried about the city for a week while trumpets were blown. On the seventh day, the city walls were said to have collapsed, making the conquest simple. Archaeology provides us with this information about the real Jesus. The ark, which was allegedly kept in the temple in Jerusalem during the time of the Babylonian Empire's conquest of the Israelites in 597 and 586 BC, disappeared from history. Nobody is certain if it was destroyed, captured, or hidden. One of the most well-known theories regarding the ark's whereabouts is that it traveled to Ethiopia before the Babylonians conquered Jerusalem, where it is now kept in the St. Mary of Zion Cathedral in the town of Aksum. However, according to church authorities, only one man, the ark's guardian, is permitted to see it, and they have never given permission to examine it to determine its legitimacy. Another theory holds that the ark was buried beneath the first temple in Jerusalem before the Babylonians razed it to the ground in 586 BC. The Dome of the Rock Shrine, which is revered in Islam, is located on the site. Thus, that idea also cannot be tested there. Simply said, there is no way to get below it. There are also other, more dubious allegations, but arguably the most well-known search for the ark was depicted on large screen. Adventure hero Indiana Jones must locate the ark in Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981 before the Nazis seize it and utilize its power to rule the world. According to archaeologist and National Geographic Society fellow Fred Hebert, efforts to find such biblical artifacts are interesting but ultimately futile. he queries how one could tell if an old ark-like artifact exists in Ethiopia and is in fact the one described in the Bible. In the 7th century,
How
the
would you
Haram
know?
al-Sharif, the highest point in Old Jerusalem, served as a representation of the dominance of the newly emerged faith of Islam. The Dome of the Rock is one of the earliest still standing Islamic structures. Despite the prevalent belief that this majestic structure is a mosque, there was intermittent warfare in Arabia and the Holy Land surrounding Jerusalem between the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 and the construction of the Dome of the Rock in 691 to 692 BC. The goal of the first Arab armies to leave the Arabian Peninsula was to expand their empire and take over other areas. Abd al-Malik, who is regarded as the most significant Umayyad Caliph, built the Dome of the Rock between 685 and 691 through 92 as a place of worship for his supporters while he was embroiled in a civil war with Ibn Zubair. It was one of the first Islamic monuments ever built. Abd al-Malik did not have control of the Kaaba when he began work on the Dome of the Rock. Islam's holiest race is held in Mecca. On the large open platform known as Haram al-Sharif, on which the dome is situated, one can still see the Al-Aqsa Mosque and other holy structures. The Roman temple was afterward constructed on the site of the Jewish Second Temple, which Roman Emperor Titus destroyed in 70 CE while suppressing the Jewish insurrection. Muslims believe that the rock represents the Prophet Muhammad's journey through the night. One night, while Muhammad was sleeping near the Kaaba in Mecca, the angel Gabriel appeared to him and guided him to Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, the farthest mosque in Jerusalem. From there, Muhammad ascended to heaven, where he met other prophets like Moses and Christ, witnessed
Oh, these
paradise and hell,
people.
and ultimately saw God in a throne and circumambulated form. By angels, to ambulatories, the aisle.
Well, guys, history is good, right? History helps us understand the people that came before us. It's good. But when we're trying to make history fit a narrative, you need to go pee. Give me a second. Do you know where the toilet is? You know where it is, yeah? All right, darling. So when fit, we're trying to make history fit a narrative. We 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 will have problems. We will have problems because some of these things just don't fit. They don't work. They just ah, and this is the thing with religion. Religion would make you just desperately try to, even if it means being deceptive to prove a point. Someone said something. They said, um, religion is in the business of proving itself right, and science is in the business of proving itself wrong. Even when all the evidence is saying no, religion will tell you yes because our book says so. This is just absolutely crazy. Like we're going to look for the Ark of Covenant. What the hell? What the hell? Leave these things in the past. Ah no. Sorry guys. Leave these things in the past. Still is to the Orthodox. Let's see. There was something I saw about Southern Iraq. Southern Iraq, where the two rivers come closer together, is now and was over. Now over how many 6,000 years prone to flooding. This is where, guys. What is this thing about the Euphrates River? Huh? What is this thing about the Euphrates River drying up? Please, how do you spell Euphrates? I think it's Euphrates River drying up. Okay, what is it about? What? Something found under the Euphrates River? Is it me or what? What the hell is that thing? Fallen angels. These are fallen angels. The terrifying screams of fallen angels recorded under Euphrates River. What is wrong with these people? The Euphrates River has just stopped drying and something terrible has appeared. Jesus Christ save us. So the Euphrates River dried up. So what has that got to do with anything? Signs of the end. Hmm.
Mysterious things happen every day, but this one is so strange and weird that it looks like something out of a blockbuster sci-fi Hollywood movie. Recently, videos of animals behaving abnormally surfaced on the internet. This video, made in
Guys, animals are behaving abnormally. This is the sign that Jesus is on his way. The this what's this animal called? What's this called? What's this called, guys? What's this animal called? What do you call this one? This is a sea lion, right? A sea lion is doing sit-ups. Jesus is on his way, guys. A sea lion doing sit-ups equals Jesus is on his way. I love this. Hey, Robin. Hey, it's an Islamic prophecy, I think. Okay. So Islam has prophecies too. Hmm. One of my most awesome journeys is the journey of living. Yes, Mom Charles. Same here. Very profound. Very profound. Guys, please correct me. Is this a sea lion? What's this one? A sea lion? What is it?
different locations worldwide shows animals moving around in circles continuously
Wait,
for
hang
days
on. I
without
need to go
stopping to
back and
eat or
see that animal. What's that? What was that animal doing just now?
internet. This video, made in different locations worldwide, shows animals moving
No,
around
no, no. I need to see that again. What?
and weird that it looks like something out of a blockbuster sci-fi Hollywood movie. Recently, videos of animals behaving abnormally surfaced on the internet. This video, made in different locations worldwide, shows animals moving around in circles continuously for days without stopping to eat or even drink water. This striking
Animals moving around in circles for days without stopping, even to drink water, equals Jesus is on his way.
and unnerving behavior is baffling and terrifies people worldwide. Scientists call it an infection. Others say it is a psychological behavior. But are these answers true? Are these animals trying to pass a message? Are they trying to warn
Really?
us of some big world event that is about to happen? Watch this video till the end to get answers. Last month, a video was posted on Twitter by a media outlet. This video showed dozens of sheep moving around in circles for 12 days without taking a break or drinking water on a farm in China's remote Inner Mongolia region. Sheep are just some of the ones moving in circles. In northern Russia, a herd of reindeer was seen driving around in a fast spiral motion. In the Pukan Commune River in Chile, several fish were also seen moving around in circles for several days without any tangible reason. Groups of orcas, horses, and even insects like ants are also performing this strange behavior in different parts of the world.
Ants.
Of course, you know science is always trying to play God and give explanations to
Okay. There's a video. I don't remember the name. It said Christianity made me talk like an idiot. Something like that. Guys, ants. Ants are busy doing their ant thing, minding their own business. Some people are looking at the ants. They are trying to bring about prophecies from their book. Ah, my goodness. Mm, gosh, ants.
things that
Mm-mm-mm.
exceed their understanding. To explain this strange phenomenon,
They're
scientists said that
reaching.
animals had
Oh, this is a
listeriosis, also known
reach.
as the circling disease. For many who don't know, listeriosis is an infectious disease caused by the Listeria monocytogenes. It can affect many animals, but it is most common in cows, sheep, and goats. In these animals, the circling disease can cause fever, muscle weakness,
Okay,
and
all right,
difficulty
Mojo.
breathing. This disease
Oh
can also
yes, I
lead to
need to
death within
go
24 to 48 hours of
on
the symptoms appearing.
Discord.
Scientists say affected animals force themselves into corners, lean on immovable objects, or move in circles toward the involved sides. But do you know the funniest thing? None of these animals were sick. All of them were in good health, according to their farm owners. The most contradictory part is that none of these animals died, even after moving around in circles for more than 5 days without food, water, or taking a break. The sheep, orcas, and horses returned to their normal routine once the circling stopped. There was also no report of dead
It's
fish in the
mine.
Pukan Commune River, so we know they did not die. This
That's
baffled
mine.
scientists, and they had to come up with another theory. They claim that the animals behave strangely because
What
they've
the
been locked
hell?
up in their pens for a long time, which led to their continuous circling behavior. But what about the fish and ants? They weren't locked up in a confined space. These animals can move anywhere, but still circle for days before stopping. This shows that science only sometimes has the right answer to our questions. It further shows that no matter how much science develops, it cannot explain or understand. This
I
proves what
bought
the
you your
Bible
own
said in
pack.
Proverbs 2:6, which
I
says,
bought you your
"For the
own
Lord
pack.
gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." Animals don't just wake up one morning and decide to do bizarre behaviors, like moving around in a circle for days without taking a break. This makes people wonder what is happening or if God is trying to warn us about something coming. The last time animals moved strangely was during Noah's time in the Bible, where all animals came in.
This actually speaks volumes of their God. This speaks volumes of the God of these people. He wants to give you a sign of the end. What does he do? He makes animals behave strangely. Just imagine that. The strange behavior of animals equals warning signs from God. How are human beings so dumb to think something like that? How? That's a deity up there that has the power to. This deity has the power, well, from their belief system, this deity has the ability to appear and tell his message to everyone without question. There would be just no doubts at all. He's got what it takes. But no, he would choose to have ants behaving strangely to pass a message. My goodness. How did I subscribe to this once upon a time? This is just so sad. Mm-mm.
Pairs, male and female, to the ark. We are sure people during Noah's time questioned why the animals behaved strangely and moved together like we are now.
Hey
Because as the
Jack,
Bible
hello,
records,
Jack
neither Noah nor any man guided the
Polima.
animals to the ark. Even if they tried, they would not have been able to control that large number of animals.
Oh,
For
it
it was
was
an act
Seth
of God.
Andrews,
We all know
yes.
destruction happened immediately when the animals entered the ark. Genesis 7:11-12 says, "In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the second month, on that day all the..."
Guys, Noah was 600 years old. 600 years old. He was already close to his grave. But no, we would keep Noah and one baby, one infant, not even one small tiny child that just started life. No, that life didn't matter to God. But a 600-year-old man meant more to God. This is absolutely just crazy.
springs of a
Crazy.
great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Floodgates of the
The flood lasted
heavens.
for 150 days. The water was so mighty that it covered all mountains and wiped out every living thing off the face of the earth. And since that great flood, destruction of such magnitude has never been recorded again. Even animals moving strangely were never recorded again until now. This shows that something big is about to happen, which might be God's warning. Now, a lot of you might be skeptical. You might come up with many scientific explanations to convince yourself that all these
So
things
we
are
should be.
conspiracy theories and nothing is happening. But the reality is that something is happening.
Where?
Acts 2:19 show God saying, "I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke." Luke 21:25-28 says, "And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them from fear and expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory." Now, when these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near. Science might not solve these mysteries, but the Bible uses several verses. The Bible tells us what will happen before the Son of Man returns. It says there will be signs on both.
These people are deluded. Absolutely deluded. The Bible tells you the signs that John, who wrote the John Gospel, the John, sorry, Revelation, the guy was simply having dreams. I don't know what those were. Dreams, illusions. Probably, I don't know. Was he schizophrenic? Was he going through a crisis? What was happening? There are no explanations. But he receives these things. Doesn't make them true. Doesn't make them the events that are going to happen. How do you look at something that somebody claims and just automatically assume that, oh, that's what's going to happen at the end of the world? Who did this to these people? Who, who is, oh,
Heaven
my,
and
my,
earth.
my, my.
Strange things like the animals moving mysteriously will happen, and that when these things begin to happen, we should know that the hour of redemption is near. Now, I know you've
Zeus,
heard these things
did you say
repeatedly and
Zeus
have
wants
begun
to
to
warn
doubt
us
whether
that
they're real.
animals will
You might
follow
even have
each
friends
other?
or family members that mock
Listen,
you believing in the second coming of Jesus Christ.
let me tell you, Zeus is probably more sensible, right, than Yahweh. Even Zeus would know not to even that would just be limiting Zeus. Zeus has bigger fish to fry than to make animals turn around each other's asses, right, to prove a point to us. Even Zeus knows better. All the other gods, they know better. Shango, Obatala, all the other, gods out there, they know better. But Yahweh, he just mm-mm.
The Bible even prophesies that people will say these things in Peter 3:3-4. Above all, you must understand that in the last days scoffers will come, scoffing and following their own evil desires. They will say, "Where is this coming he promised?" Ever since our ancestors died, everything goes on as it has since the beginning of creation. But never give up. If you look at what is happening around us today, you will see that the signs the Bible talked about are already happening.
They're
Though it
happening,
might look like
guys.
it will never happen, know that it will still occur because with the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a
Wait,
day.
hang on. Wait. Is that the boat where Jesus went to sleep at? Huh? Wait, hang on. Is that Jesus going
Already
to
happening.
sleep on the
Though it might
boat?
look like it will never happen,
Look at
know that it will
this.
still occur.
Someone is actually sleeping through this.
Because with the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. Jesus will surely come for the believers, people that received the salvations and followed him wholeheartedly on earth. The days of Sodom and Gomorrah were also like this present time. People stopped believing God would destroy the city, but he still did it. So don't mind all the things happening now, the wars, diseases, and even scientists playing God. We are seeing the beast and antichrist system created right before us. They are using science to turn men into women and women into men. They are using science to
They're using science to turn men into women and women into men. Oh, science.
disrupt the natural flow of things by creating a factory full of artificial wombs where babies will be born. They are also making chips that we will be forced to put in our
Where
bodies,
did all the
all in
water
the name
go?
of technological advancement. But we know it's the beast's mark. Wars are happening, and we also hear rumors of war. There is famine and pestilence in the world. The
Oh,
global
yeah?
economy keeps falling, and new diseases are everywhere. More people are becoming unruly and disobedient to their parents. False prophets are on the rise. Natural disasters happen almost every day, and animals are moving in mysterious circles worldwide. Many of these signs point to fulfilling the last days prophecy.
Is those animals moving in circles? That is just the for me. It's just someone is just someone thinks that we are very stupid. Someone thinks that these humans, these people who believe this, they must be very, very stupid. They have no clue. We can just tell them anything and they will believe. Do you know some people believe? Well, not some, many people believe this.
prophecies.
Okay,
Don't be
mister,
like the five
you'll
foolish
soon
virgins
be on
with no
our way
oil in their
home,
lamps who
okay?
missed the bridegroom coming in Matthew 25.
Bridegroom.
The signs, like the traffic lights on the roads, tell us when or not to cross. God is giving us these signs, and we better be ready like the five wise virgins that had extra oil for their lamps, for we know neither
Ready
the
for
day nor the
what?
hour in which the Son of Man is coming. The great shaking is upon us. It will reveal those that stand with God and the wolves in sheep's clothing.
Christians can prepare for these terrible times by holding on to faith and keeping God's commandments. We must also watch and pray and take heed not to fall. Guys, we can no longer deny that these strange and mysterious things happening worldwide bring us closer to the rapture and the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, there will be more prosecutions and tribulations in these last days. People will think we are stupid and mock us to our faces. But we can prepare ourselves.
The guy said people will think that they are stupid. That's exactly what I just said. They are stupid. Oh my god.
For the rapture and the second coming by living a faithful and virtuous life, following the teachings of Jesus Christ, and striving to be a good person. We must also pray regularly, reading our Bibles faithfully, and tell others about this good news of salvation. But above all, we must ensure we don't fall for the schemes of fake prophets or be swayed by the system of this world into believing that Jesus Christ won't come back again. What do you think about these strange animal movements? How are you preparing for the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel to get more eye-opening and Bible-revealing content on our channel. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
Guys, let me tell you, this idea that Jesus is coming back, you know something? It's funny now. It wasn't funny once upon a time, and that's why I get really angry. Once upon a time, I was terrified by the idea that Jesus was going to come back, and if he came back, I wasn't going to go with him. I lived in fear. I lived in just fear. I had moments when going to sleep at night, I couldn't even sleep, because if I slept and died in my sleep, where was I going to spend eternity? That's what we were asked in church. When we were children, we were young, they talked to us about God and Jesus. In our Sunday school, they tell us, if you die in your sleep, where will you spend eternity? So I had a friend that died at a very young age. And so it worried me. I suffered really bad insomnia as a youngster because of all this nonsense. So it makes me angry. Makes me really angry to learn that there was no truth to these claims. I can laugh over it now, but it wasn't funny back then. It wasn't funny. The fear, oh, I'm thankful. I am thankful for atheism. Yes, I'm thankful for atheism. It has helped me make sense. It's helped me get rid of fear. That fear of just any day now, Jesus is coming. Any day now, he's coming. Can you imagine living your everyday life? You wake up thinking, any day now, any minute now, it's coming now. And it turns out there is no truth to this. So, pardon me, guys. What I do here might seem to you like a waste of time. What the hell? Why do you even bother? Christians will say, well, you're no longer a Christian, so why don't you just go away and leave us alone? No. After what I have been through in Christianity, no. I owe it to the others to keep having these conversations and making them understand there are no truth to the claims of Christianity. They tell you, oh, why don't you bother yourself with Islam? Go and listen, I did not grow up a Muslim. So Islam is not my problem. There are ex-Muslims who do that. But for me, if I can help somebody get over the fear of this idea that Jesus is coming, where will you spend eternity? If you die in your sleep, where you go? Listen, then it's worth something. Nobody deserves to go through the religious trauma that some of us have gone through. Nobody deserves that. And for people who are out there still preaching this stuff, and they haven't got a clue themselves, and this is what even baffles me even more, is that not one single Christian is sure of going to heaven. Not one. Not one is sure that for a fact, for definite, that they have a seat, a spot in heaven. No, no one, because their book says you must work out your salvation with fear and trembling. The path that leads to heaven is very narrow. So nobody is sure. What if it is wrong? Oh. So all of that you've done is worth nothing. So please, pardon me, guys. Um, it's a passion for me, exposing the falsehood in Christianity. I may not speak the right language. I may not have the right skills, the right tools. I may not. My channel may not be the best looking out there. Make my mistakes. I may not speak how everyone else is speaking. I don't do debates. I don't know how to debate. But what I do know to do, that's what I'm doing here. And so every day I wake up just feeling very energized to keep going, to keep exposing Christianity. It's all a pack of lies. Mojo, thank you so much, Mojo. And thank you too. I can imagine some of you have some really horrible stories that you've had to go through in whatever religion or whatever sect. I can imagine some of you were just like me, afraid of what's going to happen next. I'm just so grateful. I don't have to live that life. I can, guys, do you know the feeling that I can go to sleep at night and not have to worry? I'm not thinking about, uh, it's a relief. I thank God for atheism. I thank God for atheism. Exactly. Because my goodness, I don't believe in God, but I'm just being silly there. Being an atheist has been the best thing, well, one of the best things that could happen to me. The best thing that could happen to me is having my 2 boys. But being an atheist has been freeing, and it's still a journey. I still have some things that, okay, no. Some things I might still think like a Christian. But I'm a work in progress. 99 problems I have, but God isn't one of them. And for that, I am very grateful. Right, guys, I'll probably be back later on. Let me get this young man home. Come on, mister. You done with your game? Hmm? Are you done with your game? We need to go. Sorry. We need to go. Come on. Let's go. Watch Hassan Radwan. And okay, is that a new debate what you've just done? Scapegoat says, I see Judaism and Christianity and Islam resting on whether or not one can find validity. And it's not there. Moses was a murderer. Look, the fact that Moses was a murderer, I don't care what Moses has to say. Like this thing, that for me, it cancels Moses. For me, Moses is cancelled. Whether he existed, didn't exist, what he did, what he didn't do, he got 10 commandments, he blah, 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 blah. That guy was a murderer. It's finished, case closed. He should have been in jail somewhere, not God using him to free his people from. And guys, when you go and look at the story, right? The story of the Israelites that were freed from, it was God that set them there to begin with. God always sets people up. God was the one that sent these people to that land of Egypt. Remember when Joseph was sold by his brothers, then he was now the king's spokesperson. He was, God said they should go because he didn't want them to starve. So he said, go. When they got there, then they finally, settled there. Before you know it, they became slaves there. It was God that sent them there. If God knew that that was going to happen to them, why did he send them there? It's crazy. We are all kindred with you. Robin, I appreciate you. Jack Paulina says, atheism frees us from bondage. Thank you. Best thing could happen to me, being an atheist. Religion is oppressive and thrives on causing its members to doubt their own good sense. Thank you for spreading the good news that we can be free. We will have our hang-ups. We will have those things that we can't quite resolve, even as an atheist. And that's absolutely fine. There are some things, even as an atheist, you will have no answers for. And that's fine. Someone asked me, okay, so how did the first man come to earth? I don't know. Oh, you must believe in evolution. Look, my knowledge of evolution is very, very, very slim. Because when I was a Christian, we were told that evolution was from the devil. You were not to touch that thing at all. How many years ago did I come out of Christianity? 4 years ago. So I have little or no knowledge of evolution. So it's not an automatic, oh, I don't believe in God, so therefore I believe in evolution. I really have no, I couldn't possibly tell you the first thing about evolution. Okay, I just know it's a progression of humans and, over billions and billions of years. That's it. There are things that we will not have answers for, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I would die not knowing answers to many things, and that's absolutely fine. I will not kill myself because I don't know what. I'm here in the gaming arena with my son. He's having a swell time. Doesn't want to go home now, right? But we need to go. Mister, we need to go. I'm done. You're done? That's what gives me pleasure. My boys having a smile on their face, just living life without any. Today's Sunday. I would have been taking them to go and indoctrinate them. But no, let them come and play games. Listen, wait. Are you crazy? Yeah, the bin is over there. Go put it in the bin. Go and put it in the bin. Right, guys, I'm going to go, but I'll be back later on. So please watch out for me. I'll be back later on. I just thought while he was here doing his thing, I could as well just jump on and this has been really good. So yeah, Aaron Ra and Richard Dawkins can teach you on evolution. Mojo. It's got to be very basic for me. For me to understand it, it's got to be very basic. I've actually had someone come on channel to come and teach about, to tell us hive science. Hive science has been to talk about evolution. So, at least I have some idea, right? Some idea. Yeah. There's some things I would never understand, but that's absolutely fine. I may not have all the big grammars and the arguments for, apologies. But listen, I'm good. I'm actually good, right? I'm good. For goodness sake, I'm nearly a middle-aged woman. I'll soon be 45, right? I have other things to worry about in my life. I to be worried about these things that don't make any sense in the grand scheme of things. Can you let your son talk? I don't know what he's going to say. Come over here. Oi, mister. Oi, stop messing about. Come here. Come here. Just come and say quick hello. Come and say quick hello to my people. Stop messing. Stop messing. Come on. Oh gosh. Come over here. Come on, come on. Come and say hello. Folks want to say hello to you. Come on. Say a quick hello. I'm sure they can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, ask how they're all doing.
How are you guys doing? Oh, one more thing. She is not willing to look for boyfriends.
I'm not willing to look for boyfriends. My son said I'm not allowed a boyfriend. He says, Mom, you are not allowed to have a boyfriend. You have to be on your own with him and his brother. No boyfriends for his mommy. I've told him, look, you don't run my life. You don't dictate. You do not dictate my life for me. Okay? Understood? You can't tell me not to have a boyfriend. What do you think you are? You're my guardian. You can't even guardian yourself. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. No. I'll see you all later on. Yeah, can you imagine? He said to me, no boyfriends for me. Listen, what does he know? Right? What does he know? Anyway, he's right here, so I won't say too much. Right? So I don't break his heart. No one is good enough. No one is good enough. Yeah, but I said to him, he should. Does he want me to be alone for the rest of my life? Him and his brother will soon be off. They will. I thought you said you're ready. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll speak to you all later. Thank you all so much. Please don't forget to please like the stream. Like, and I will see you all tomorrow. Erika, what does that mean? What's it? Give one Palian. Okay. Your mom had to be with someone for you to. Mystique, you better tell him. You better tell him. Oh, did you all know that his dad, uh, his dad is barely 6 months, right, of us not being together. His dad's off with a new woman, right? Dad has a wife, a full wife.
Yeah.
Dad has a full wife. Uh-huh. And guys, he doesn't know that his dad's wife was my friend. He doesn't know that, but yeah. So it's okay for dad to have a full wife, but mom is not allowed a boyfriend. That's just being very, very all right, guys. You will take care. I'll see you all later. Bye. Ready?